Have you guys been listening to Shabuzi at all? Or do we know who Shabuzi is?
Vaguely.
From just the one song?
I've never even heard their music. I've just heard the name and I've seen the image. I've never heard any music.
2 years ago, I went to Stagecoach and I hung out with the Seeger boys. And there was this like black dude who decked out in like cool, like old like Western denim type stuff. And it was like, it's like 500 degrees out there. And this guy's like in a jacket and like not sweating. He's like cool as a cucumber. And I'm like, who is this guy? And I kept on running into him like when I was leaving him and you know, I turned to one of the guys like, who is this guy? He's like, oh, his name's Shabuzi. He's like a country artist. I was like, country? He's like, yeah, it's kind of like a country hip hop, kind of like a Post Malone. I was like, oh, that's dope. And then I see the Beyonce album and he's featured on that. And then now he's obviously blown up.
Oh, so I have heard him.
Yeah. And
I think he's kind of whack. He just sounds like Lil Nas X if he was like 10 years older.
Okay.
Right?
No. I think if you go into like the older stuff, I highly recommend like the newer stuff. This is where I feel bad just because like you'll see him on like radio concerts and like, you know, those radio shows that are like you perform 5 songs and then that's it. Like I just feel bad because he's got such a deep catalog and then he's like playing bullshit like this.
Well, if he's doing like a country outfit, what kind of horse is he rad?
Oh, he's not. I doubt he's riding.
See, this is where I have a problem with the Western thing. As a horseback rider, you at least need to know the basics.
Yeah, so I'm not going to talk.
Let's get into the show.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to Manly Things.
Sort of.
Podcast where we're talking about menswear all over the place. Red carpets, editorials, TV shows, everything. We have an amazing guest here. We have a homie.
Spectacular guest.
guest.
You guys.
Luca Kingston, welcome to the show.
Thank you so much. I'm very happy.
Sound was ruined right there. Sorry, I knocked the shit out of my mic.
Where am I supposed to look? By the way?
Great question.
Anywhere you want.
Honestly, you can look at Sam. You can look at everyone here.
I just look at them.
Yeah.
The whole time.
Right.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah, look wherever you want. But no, thank you for being here. We
Absolutely.
appreciate it. We've known each other. I want to say going on like
time.
I was gonna say like 10 years.
Yeah,
or something like that.
at least.
Crazy.
Yeah.
How did you two meet?
Samantha McMillan.
Samantha McMillan.
It seems like
Samantha
she's the tie between
know.
you and everybody.
Well, that's what,
Is she?
like someone who's been in the industry since it began. Like she was one
Truly.
of the very first celebrity stylists.
Yeah.
So that's over 20 some odd years. So of course everyone kind of goes through like the different channels of maybe those 3 or 4 celebrity stylists that started the whole thing.
Yeah, there really aren't that many at the very top that keep their spot.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And you had worked with her before I even met her.
Oh, yeah.
So you'd been with her even longer than I had.
At least 10 years with some breaks in there. Yeah.
Incredible.
Well, before we get too deep into that, both of you look so fucking good.
Oh, thanks,
dude.
man.
Let's start
So
with
do you.
the big star, Evan.
Yeah.
Bud Light vintage T-shirt, which I love. Got holes in it. I didn't do this. I bought it like this. And some good old like Levi's and the old Tacovas and everything.
A little underdressed, but nice.
I know, a little undressed, yeah. Luca, I'm gonna get
Yeah.
you. Yeah, go for it.
Okay. Well, first off, I'm really happy to realize I'm wearing a Filth Mart
Love it.
T-shirt.
Love it.
Mike and Maggie, who we love
Is
forever.
it still there?
No, they're just in Austin now.
Wow.
But you can get it online
Okay.
as well.
Filth Market was a tiny store on Melrose.
Yeah.
No, I'm sorry.
Fairfax.
Just above Melrose, in between Melrose and Santa Monica.
Mm-hmm.
Tiny spot.
Yeah.
That had tons of T-shirts, like kids, women's, men's, all that stuff.
They started in New York. Jay-Z rapped about them.
No shit.
No
Best
way.
people on the planet.
Yeah, and they're so kind. So
yeah,
so kind.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Vintage polyester shirt I've had since I was in high school. Dickies workwear pants. Rat Betty recycled silver jewelry, and some things I got at the flea market.
Love it. Oh yeah, all the rings are so cool. Do you?
Thank you.
So when you wake up, are they all like on a plate, and then you kind of just
Yeah,
put
pick
them on?
that day which ones I
yeah.
want to do. Yeah, they switch around a lot.
Is it always silver, or is it?
No, there's some gold
Okay.
occasionally, but mainly silver. I'm really drawn to silver.
Dope.
I like that cooler metal.
Does it matter mixing metals at all?
No, not at all.
Great.
I
I
actually
love
really
that.
like that. I
Yeah.
like the mixed metal thing.
Sally, coming from your jewelry world?
I know a little bit about it.
Yeah. When you hear him say mixing metals, does that kind of like...
It excites me.
Great.
He's mixed metals
Yeah.
very well right here.
I love doing white and yellow. It's very
Yeah.
interesting. I like how they
beautiful.
contrast each other. I'm trying to fit rose gold in, but it's not working out so far.
Rose gold is not in at the moment.
No.
For whatever reason.
It was a few
definitely
years
goes in
ago.
and out. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
My wedding rings rolled. I'm gonna throw it away.
Oh.
Sorry, Kel.
Right, my bad.
It's fine. It's fine.
It is not
I don't
in.
know.
Your marriage is not
Shit.
in,
You know,
dude.
I wanted to get the Cartier one that has the 3. Have you seen that? Like the 3 rings where it has rose gold,
Yeah.
gold, and so I want that for real.
For sure. How much is that?
Like 25,000.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Good luck,
I think
buddy.
it's kind of sweet for your wedding ring. It's like got a little red or pink in it, like the romance, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah,
And I
I
figured
like
with
that.
my skin tone, I thought rose gold worked out better.
Yeah,
but that's just me.
definitely.
Sally, I like the fit. I love the hat. I wanted to ask you about the hat when you walked in, but
Yeah,
I
chain
waited for
stitching, incredible.
This
Let
is
us know.
Cherry, Los Angeles. It's
Dude,
a new shop.
I love
like
that brand.
Terry, Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you gotten press stuff from them at all, Luca, or no?
I haven't gotten press
I
stuff.
feel like they're a
but
brand
I've-
that doesn't do that kind of stuff.
Yeah, but I've bought stuff for clients. I
Yeah.
really like the brand.
Yeah, I wanna check
it's
out
Good
nice.
quality, too.
Yeah. Is it?
This is Chris Hemsworth's shirt. I stole it from your
Outer known.
wardrobe.
Outer known. Shout out Outer Known blanket tee.
Then I got a little tank from Target.
Dope.
Pants are double RL, and I got my R13 kicks. Love these babies. So
Mm.
comfortable.
Gives you like you're already a tall guy, so like giving you that 1 inch. That
Don't
1 inch
expose me.
always helps.
I know you're making fun of me.
No, I'm being serious.
Okay, thanks, I guess.
Well, why do you think I wear the cowboy boots?
I know you're
Just to give
taller than
that-
me, Evan. We go over this every fucking day. I have to wear these in order to be like bigger than you.
I got you. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Let's get
Damn.
to Luca. Yeah.
A lot just came
I
out.
don't know where to go. Okay, so obviously we can go back and forth on styling and complaining about clients or like
No.
be excited about clients and
Yeah.
that kind of
I want to
thing.
interrupt. These are my favorite interviews and episodes when you two know each
Yeah.
other because I learn so much, and I'm so excited to learn so much from you because I hear that you have quite an extensive history and experience in this industry.
Oh, wow. Thank you.
Yeah.
Been in it a minute.
When you decided not to really assist anymore,
Yeah.
I've been vocal about my struggles right away when I left Samantha
Oh,
and tried
yeah.
to do my own thing.
Yeah.
How long it took.
Oh,
like
yeah.
years, you know?
Unbelievable. I was shocked.
Yeah, right?
I was truly shocked. Yeah.
Talk about that whole process and everything.
Well, just because, I had developed all of these close relationships with publicists, the clients. I had assisted Sam forever. I just thought I'd jump off and people would be excited to straight away give me clients, help me. I did not expect the year plus of spec shoots for free.
For free.
Out of my pocket.
Yep. Or credit. The whole credit only.
Credit
thing.
only.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
wow.
yeah. And then you're paying all those expenses as well.
Yeah, shipping and all that kind
This
of
is
stuff.
how you make a name?
Yeah. It's
Yeah,
basically
after
just building a
you
portfolio.
think you've made a name within your little world.
It's how you build your portfolio and gain experience and show out.
Yeah. And so I definitely pulled out everything I could in the beginning to make it happen and really, really hustled
Yeah.
to make that start happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, I felt like I was starting from scratch, which was shocking.
Can you
Crazy.
give us a timeline?
Yeah.
When did this all begin?
Like what? Like
What-
how long ago?
like what year?
What
What
you're
year
talking
was-
about right now, how you
I
had
guess
to really hustle.
I guess it would be 7 years ago now. I made the decision to jump off completely and just I could not assist one day longer. I was out.
Sounds torturous.
Well, it's tough when you don't have control. Like every day, you're kind of you feel like owed to this person's in control of your life, and they're not even really in control of their life. So it's like it's just chaos, and every day is different, and you don't know what you're doing.
That
and you
is
could
so
be
true.
thinking your day's over at 3:00, and 2:00 rolls around, and then like 4 different pickups come up, and you're like, there goes all my plans that I had,
Yep.
set up. So yeah.
Yeah, you're at the whim of an at the whim situation. So
exactly.
That's very interesting and almost, no offense to any of the assistants out here, it sounds like a pyramid scheme.
Kind of, yeah. But I mean, that's where you learn. I mean, you have to. do
You
the
have
whole
to.
assisting. And
Yeah.
like that's where, I don't know. I'm kind of tougher on the people who are friends with whether it be celebrities or they break in because of a relationship they had with someone. I feel like they kind
I
of give
broke in because of a relationship with
No,
someone.
are you talking about me too?
I still worked really
David,
hard,
what
though.
the fuck, dude?
But you get what I'm saying, where it's like, not like a nepotism kind of thing, but they didn't work their way up to where like how hard we. I mean, you never know, but like that, I just feel.
I feel what you're saying.
Yeah.
I think that with this specific industry, it literally, maybe you can get your start because of someone, but it's gonna take grind no matter what, because there's so much to learn, there's so much liability, there's so much nuance, there's so many little moving parts that you either have it with this or you don't, and it really doesn't matter what kind of start you get. I really think you have to be like quite smart and quite capable, and also have a lot of grit to keep with this.
Well, it definitely weeds out the weak, like, because you like, especially with how long we've kind of been in the industry, whether it be the PR people, assistants, or actual stylists, you've seen some of them kind of fall by the wayside just because it's tough, and if you can't do it, then you kind of fall off a little bit.
Exactly.
Crazy. Well, we have a mutual friend, Amanda Lim.
Yes, we do.
Shout out Amanda Lim.
Shout out Amanda Lim.
You kind of now partner with her a little bit. Like, can you talk about that whole process?
Yeah. So back in, I think, February, we had just gone through the writer's strike, which was pretty wild. And it really shed some new light on the industry for me. It's even more unpredictable than I had realized was possible. And so we were already living together. We shared studio spaces. We've been friends for 8 years now, and we had done a little bit of work together in the beginning. We worked on a film together and a music video together.
That's right. Oh, yeah. Are you in the union, too?
I'm not in the union.
She is, though, right?
She is, yeah. So we had done some stuff together, and we really loved those experiences. But there's always that thing of, well, I've worked so hard independently, like, my own name, building my brand, my image, all of that, like what I'm offering here. And so that was sort of, I think, part of what, at least I can only speak for myself, was kind of giving me hesitation about that possibility. But then as we discussed it more, it makes so much sense from a business perspective, because we can combine clients, resources, assistance, shipping, all of these little elements. And also, it's just nice to have support from a friend, from someone who really knows you and loves you. And it's really fun to collaborate. I feel like we're having more creativity together. I think we're elevating each other. We're editing each other. We're becoming stronger in this process. Also, like, our managerial skills, we're bouncing off of each other. The way we relate to clients, the way we relate to publicists, all of it. We can, like, give our input to one another. And we both have so many years in this, and kind of similar. Like, we both started in New York in editorial, and I started with Gossip Girl as well. But she started with a bunch of amazing magazines as well.
What do you mean you started with Gossip Girl?
And that's where I started was interning on Gossip Girl.
Love that.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then editorial and Heidi Bivens, who's the Euphoria costume
Have we ever
designer.
talked about Heidi Bivens? I assisted Heidi Bivens when I was in New York.
You did?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. So when she did Spring Breakers, I helped her with all the Spring Breakers stuff.
Oh, I love that. That was great. That was a really
Did you meet
strange
Harmony
movie, but
I met Harmony Korine.
Amazing.
Because she with doing that, and then when she did her press tour, I helped with all the Harmony Korine stuff. Yeah.
Incredible.
It was wild as fuck. Yeah. But Heidi, like, same thing. Heidi Bivens is unbelievable, and like one of the kindest people.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. And I think that's
good friend.
That's kind of where, and then we'll come back to Amanda.
Yeah.
I feel like that's kind of why we might be okay in this industry, and like, I don't want to say respected, but like, other like brands like to we're just nice.
Yeah,
I think it's because we come from
true.
Samantha McMillan, who's nice.
Nice. Yeah.
Sally's
Gave
looking
us
at, Sally's
really
looking at me like,
lovely
I'm nice. I'm not.
training,
Yeah, who
for
the fuck are
sure.
you talking
But
about?
Heidi's sweet. Like I
She
feel like
is.
we've been cut from that
Annie
cloth.
Saltires, we both worked
Annie
with, who's
Saltires,
also the
oh,
loveliest person.
I
We might have
know.
also attracted these people because we're nice.
100%.
I think as well. Like
Yeah,
it wouldn't
I
be
like
in
that.
my nature to be
Very
nasty.
true. Yeah,
so,
very true. And like,
yeah.
and like I feel like we've tried assisting other people maybe a little bit.
Yeah,
And
exactly,
like
and
you do
it
one off and
doesn't-
it's like it ain't gonna work.
Exactly.
Yeah, yeah,
right.
That's so funny. We can do a whole thing about Heidi Bivens.
Yeah.
So with with you and Amanda, have you guys been in like getting ready for a fitting, and you put a piece on the rack, and she's like, no, let's edit this, and you're like, no, I think that piece is gonna be good, and then that piece works out. Like have you guys had that where she didn't want something or you didn't want something, and then that piece actually worked out?
I'd like to interject with
Yeah.
one question. Can you define edit in this context? Because it was used very interestingly these last two.
Yeah. So say you look at say you're setting up for a fitting right here, and you have all these clothes out, and it's all like merched and ready to go for the fitting. And merch is just having it organized and with category, like t-shirts with
outfit-
t-shirt. Yeah.
Okay, got it.
And then you edit. So you go through. You're like, actually, I don't want this on the rack, and you take it out, and then you don't even show it during the fitting.
Okay, so
Edit.
you're looking at, like, you're creating a product which is the entire wardrobe, and that's what you edit,
Exactly.
rather than
Because the
piece by
person's
piece.
hiring you to basically shop for him or have you show them what you think is the best things out there.
Yeah.
So if you don't think something's good, then you don't want it on the rack.
We are editors as much as we are
Yeah,
anything
honestly,
else.
Sounds like
Yeah.
Yeah.
Apologies. Back
No,
to
you're
the
fine.
question.
Yeah. So has that ever happened between you and Amanda where?
Not where it's worked out. I think it always ends up like one of us will say something to the other about not liking something, and then the client usually doesn't like it either. It
Okay,
usually
nice.
works
Yeah,
out
yeah.
that
Oh, good.
way,
Very good.
actually, to be honest. It's usually things we both like because we have to push it as well
True.
in the fitting. Yeah, so we have to both believe in it ultimately.
Love that.
You
Yeah.
are very eloquent and well-spoken, and I
Aw,
love that
thanks,
about
man.
a person.
I appreciate that a lot.
And I'm curious now to ask the question, what brought you to men's fashion, and how did you get so interested in it to then create a career off of it?
But you also work with women too.
I do
Yeah.
work
Oh,
with
I
women
apologize.
too.
Okay.
But I do really enjoy. I think men's fashion comes very, very naturally, is what I would say. How did I get interested in it? Well, okay, so I fell into this because my friends basically all told me I needed to go into fashion. I didn't even want to do it, but what I thought I wanted to do, which was surgery, crazy enough. I went to school and I found the school to be just incredibly overwhelming because I went to BYU in Utah, and
Yeah.
that was the whole
Okay.
thing. And so then I went back to LA and felt just kind of lost for a minute, and Blake Lively amazingly got Gossip Girl and said, just try the fashion department and see if you like it. Because I was always going and like buying vintage things from thrift stores and sewing them and creating outfits, I guess, was just something that I thought I was passionate about in my life. I didn't consider it. So then when I did that, it was just sort of like each thing kind of happened from there. Like Heidi, I was introduced to through a friend, and I started working with Vogue with her and Purple with her, and then Samantha McMillan, another friend, suggested I go to her, and she really noticed that I had a knack for fashion, so she started having, not fashion, for menswear. So she had me specifically, like, I would spend a lot of time sourcing vintage for Johnny Depp, which was a great way that I learned about vintage for men. And she just had so many menswear clients. She actually, in the beginning, I would say, when I was working with her, had a lot more men's clients than anything.
She's kind of switched a little bit.
Yeah. So I think that's really, I would say Sam is how I really got my foundation in menswear specifically and
Very
learned
cool.
the art of that. Yeah.
Now I kind of want to get to know you.
Ah.
Going all the way back
I want to get to know you
I
too.
know.
Please ask
Tell
anything
me
you want.
things. Yeah.
Going all the way back to you mentioning BYU. One of
Yeah.
my good friends is actually ex-Mormon
Yeah.
as well. And
okay. Are they okay?
yes, she's very good. She's on a
Good.
few medications, but she's very well.
Yeah.
It kind of sounds like you're
most
like
are.
Scientology. Is it? It's not similar to that.
It's
kind
so much worse than
Okay.
Scientology,
It's
think.
pretty bad. Sorry, family. Don't watch
There,
this.
yeah.
I love you guys so much.
I know from her experiences that like fashion, style, and like pop culture wasn't really relevant or useful in that culture. How did you like evolve and get yourself out of a very specific mindset to being a little more eclectic and experimental, or even just like experimenting and finding vintage wear and finding that sort of mentality versus what you were used to?
Sure.
If you don't mind me asking.
No, that's a cool question. Well, luckily, at least I did grow up in Burbank, so it's
Okay.
not like I grew up in Utah completely surrounded by that specific culture. I think that would be a different struggle. So I had a lot of creative influences around me, which I think helped quite a bit. And also, fashion was one way that I could express myself, which it was quite hard to express myself probably within the confines of my religion. So, yeah, I guess that would be the answer to that question.
It makes sense. I mean, growing up in such an eclectic city, it gives you allowances, especially with whatever culture you're being raised in. and
Definitely.
whatnot.
Yeah, exactly. One way to kind of separate yourself from
Yes.
all of that.
Good for you. I'm
Yeah.
glad that you're here now.
Thank you.
No offense
Where
to your
did
family.
you grow
We
up?
love you.
Yeah, exactly. Say that again.
We love you. I'm from Philly.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, I have a musical theater background.
Oh,
an acting
wow.
background.
No way.
And
That's incredible.
after that, I sort of went into the music industry, and here I am now with this AH doing a podcast about men's fashion
Yeah,
that I don't
yeah.
know anything about.
But I think that's what makes it fun is all the questions that you're asking. Yeah.
Yeah.
You're a way better question asker than myself. So
Thanks.
yeah.
I don't think that's true. I think you're both good.
Okay, now going even deeper into getting to know you, what currently are your staple pieces in a wardrobe? One for yourself, two for one of your clients.
Staple pieces. Let's see. A good leather jacket, I think, can always make anything look better.
I do not have one.
Oh, you need one.
Yeah.
Don't you think so, Evan?
Yeah. Because even I feel like especially in Los Angeles or like
Yeah.
could be New York or wherever you are, having like a good worn-in leather jacket like
Yeah.
that could be worn in the summer, could be worn in the winter.
Exactly.
Yeah, I agree.
Dressed up, dressed down.
We gotta take
just
you to, like, Mr.
always
Freedom or
looks
something.
good. Yeah, Mr. Freedom is
Well, yeah,
the
dressed up like
best.
I love like a leather jacket with like a button-up shirt and a tie.
Yeah,
like something cool
it's a
like
beautiful
that.
look.
We saw some red carpet looks
totally.
like that. It's
Yeah,
very
exactly.
cool.
But then with
Yeah.
just like a tank top or a t-shirt underneath with jeans, like that's
Yeah.
just the all-American classic look.
Absolutely.
That movie Bike Riders, which with like Austin Butler and Tom Hardy,
Yeah.
I swear I think we're now going to start to see like an influx of leather jackets.
Oh,
just because I think there's going to be like a
absolutely.
movement because we haven't seen leather jackets for a little bit. So I'm glad you said leather jackets because I think now
Yeah.
there's going to be a huge trend towards that.
I do think that the cut changes, but that it's always something interesting. Like right now, something more cropped and down the center is the better way to go, or maybe like, more of a. Would you call it a Cuban collar actually when it's on a jacket? But you know what I'm
Yeah, it's
talking
almost like a
about.
bla-
The
like a-
spread
almost like a blazer.
collar,
Yeah, yeah,
spread
yeah, yeah.
collar,
Yeah.
is kind of my favorite at the moment. But I always like some variation of a leather jacket.
And for your clients?
And for my clients, let's see, a staple, a black skinny tie has been
Yeah.
a beautiful
Oh,
thing
nice.
forever. That's one thing I would say can look great anyway, like just by itself with a button down or under a vest or with a blazer or with a leather jacket or anyway, a jean jacket even.
Well, yeah, even like just a skinny tie with a button-up shirt done up and like the sleeves rolled up. Like you don't even need like a
Totally.
jacket, especially like it's 500 degrees here in LA.
Yeah.
And, like all across the country. Like do something like that. Even going to work,
Exactly.
Yeah.
Same question, but instead of staple pieces, what are the pieces that you like to have most fun with yourself and your clients?
I would say when I'm talking about having fun, for me, it's about proportions. I think that's what's really fun is like you can really create sculpture with clothing. And that's really when I'm styling someone, that's what I'm focusing on more than anything is the line. So obviously trends are changing all of the time, but I think the most important element of trend to pay attention to is proportions and shape.
Love that.
Yeah, and that it remain flattering, but that it also be forward moving.
Love it. Yeah, and like functional. Yeah.
Functional as well, absolutely.
that.
Comfortable, yeah.
Going off that, do you have like a style icon? Like when you whether it be dressing yourself or dressing your clients, is there that one celebrity or person in your life, like someone that you always go to that gives you that inspiration?
Do you know what's really funny is I don't necessarily have that. I think we're all just constantly taking in so much information nowadays that we become just this flood of imagery and style and all of that. But I do tend to look to Saint Laurent to be my guiding light to say, does this have enough of a classic element that in 10 years I'll still think it's beautiful? Because I think the brand has done that quite well, where no matter how much time passes, they always remain chic. Yeah.
And it doesn't matter who like the creative director is. And I kind of think of the same with Celine, and I think Celine and YSL go hand in hand.
Now they do because of Heidi. But they shifted quite a lot, I think, when Heidi moved over there.
And I think that's probably why I go towards them now,
exactly.
is because I see the Saint Laurent aspect in them.
Exactly. For sure.
I like that.
Yeah.
Now I do want to dig, and we do want to dig into like the LGBTQ like plus community. And forgive my ignorance if I don't use the right terminologies with some of these things I'm asking.
That's actually like a really important part of the conversation, you know?
Good.
Yeah.
Pronoun wise.
May I ask your pronouns?
He, him.
Great. Thank you.
Because I had known you pre-transition, and that was the first time that I had met someone trans, and
that's actually pretty wild. I hadn't thought about the fact that I almost forget now that people knew me.
Yeah.
I mean, I know people knew me before, but like, you did see me actually through a very vulnerable time in the beginning when I was in the early stages. Yeah.
And that's it, almost like I have so much more respect for you, because as tough as it was that we both went to do our own thing styling wise,
right,
I was just focused on that.
Yeah.
So you had so much more that you were going through. So nothing but respect for what you had to go
appreciate
through.
That.
But as you're working now, was there? I don't even think there was like an explanation. But did you have a hard time landing clients, or was there any sort of awkward phase or anything that you had to go through?
Absolutely, there was an awkward phase, and I won't give any specifics because it's not necessary, but there were a lot of people who fell away, kind of stopped bringing me on, clients I suddenly wasn't in front of. There was a lot of that.
That's unfortunate,
Yeah.
But your work, I went through your Instagram, is it's so good, and hearing you say that your fashion icon is Saint Laurent, it brings like a big picture together. And that brings me to my question. You being so good and having such a great eye now, did your transition lead you astray in any way, or did you have any trying times in figuring out your style / your client's style?
No, I would say that art has always been a very through line for me and a great way to express myself, and something that I've always known. I've always known I had an eye. And especially as someone who was locked up in many other ways and couldn't express, visual art has really been a great outlet for me. So I would say I've just been developing upon my own style.
Any other mediums in visual art? Now I'm interested.
I make a lot of visual art for myself, actually.
What kind?
Painting, collaging, mobiles. I do a lot of that stuff. Just like it helps me energetically to get stuff out.
That's awesome.
Thank you.
Very
Do you
cool.
do anything
I make music.
Oh, hell yeah.
Visually.
You make music.
Yeah.
You're music.
It's not
incredible.
really physical or visually, but it's making something from start to finish is a really, really rewarding experience.
Yeah, absolutely.
I would love to get into painting, so you'll have to teach me a thing or two.
And I need to listen to your music.
Hell yeah.
There have been times where he's played his stuff, like when we're getting ready, and I'm like, this is you? Like, it doesn't sound like
so cool.
Yeah, it's awesome. He's amazing.
I love that. Definitely want to hear.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Now I want to go through looks with you. We'll go through, I think I have like 6 or 7 looks that I think will be good to kind of dive into, because I think it'll be good
Are these looks that Luca has done, or just
No,
that we're
no.
reviewing
So
as a
we're
group?
gonna review. Yeah.
Okay, my
Let's
favorite.
judge my look.
I know. Yeah. Oh my god.
We
go
did
through
that
your
with
whole
some past
profile.
guests, and man,
This
it
just
didn't
becomes
go
a
well.
roast.
I'm not even comfortable talking about my work on the show, let alone like breaking down your stuff. Yeah. So here we go.
Actually, Evan, though, I hope people do see your work on the show and that you talk about it because you're so talented.
Well, I kind of leave it up to my co-host to ask me questions about it, but he doesn't do that. So
And yeah, I
we
rarely
should
do.
just a quick Google, throw in Evan's work here.
Okay. So
this guy.
Obviously, Austin Butler has been all over the place.
Really?
And especially promoting this Bike Riders
Mm-hmm.
movie. Thoughts on this look? So he's in a
I love it.
we'll have to explain for the audio people. A gray double-breasted three-piece suit, baggier on the pants with a brown shoe, and I believe this is Gucci. I could be wrong, but I believe it's Gucci. Thoughts on this look?
Gorgeous.
Yeah.
I agree. This
Yeah.
is amazing.
Gorgeous.
The brown shoe, it has the potential to throw off the entire fit.
I was going to say the same thing.
But it's a really cool, almost purpley brown, which just blends right in.
I'm interested. I'm curious if like they might have known the carpet was going to be black. Because say he had a black boot on, he would have just then.
Oh, that's
gone.
true. It would have
Yeah.
faded away.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's true. I have a harder time with brown
Yeah.
for shoes specifically. But that brown is dark enough that I think it's really pretty. And it looks like it's probably a boot, which I generally prefer a boot over a lace-up with brown especially. I don't know why. It just can look kind of like nerdy.
The brown
lace-up.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
And also like the different shades of brown, like a very light brown. It's tough. It's just tough to
Yeah.
pair.
Specific, it's very lumberjacky too. Brown lace up.
Yeah. Thoughts on the no shirt? So again, audience, he's no shirt underneath a three-piece suit, and that's been little bit of a trend over the past couple of months. Is the whole no shirt under a suit?
It's a vest then under there.
Yeah. But so I think it's just a vest, again like a three-piece and no shirt.
I think it's worn well in this particular instance because it's the double-breasted and he has it buttoned. I don't like when they do the three-piece with the suit open. It looks like gigolo.
I got you. Yeah. I like the double-breasted aspect of it. I just wish the pants were a little skinnier. I know he's
I
into the whole
disagree. I
bag
think they're
thing.
a beautiful fit.
Yeah, that's just on me.
I like a wider pant a lot these days. Once you say it's three-piece and that's not a shirt without a collar, that's really interesting because the button for a vest is quite high.
It is
So
pretty
it's
high.
actually really unique.
So maybe that's also why, because he's always done like the open chest thing.
That helps.
Maybe he tried the shirt on and he was like, I think this is just too high. Like, let's just ditch the shirt. Or him or the stylist. This would be sick on you because you have like the tattoos on the chest.
Oh, yeah.
That would be
Thanks.
dope.
Yeah, that would be.
How many tattoos do you have now?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7,
We're in the
8,
teens.
9.
9?
How many do you have, Evan?
I'm up
I
to.
know you have that one.
Yeah, so no, I'm up to probably like 7 now.
Nice.
I'm looking-
28.
You have 28.
Hell yeah. Wow.
How many? Is there a number that we're trying to get to, or you just like your body is art now?
I haven't gotten a tattoo in I got this one.
The new?
We'll see.
Want to whip it out? You want to show it?
No,
Okay.
not at the moment. Next look.
Next look is our boy Joe Alwyn, who
Boo.
unfortunately I just
Boo. Taylor Swift forever. Boo.
he's in this Prada look. It's funky, man. I feel like he's just been missing.
looks weird.
It's like an oversized blue blazer, kind of the same monochromatic with the shirt and tie, but with a navy blue trouser and black boot. It's kind of just like a bizarre fit.
The pants are navy too.
Yeah.
It's very odd.
Very odd.
I want to know who styled him because I want to be nice. I
want to say it's I think Rose Ford styles him.
Okay.
Who has all the best English
Yeah.
actors.
Okay.
She's not
it's-
listening, so go ahead and bash.
Yeah. Well, sorry, Rose. I'm sure you're lovely and great at this.
She's very, very talented.
Yeah. The tie is too long. First off, it's not in the right place, which makes him. And he just looks like a little boy a little bit in this because
Yeah,
like the
I
sleeves
see
are
that.
really long and the tie's long, and the shirt's a bit big, and the colors of the jacket and the shirt don't even quite match, which doesn't
the
help.
jacket looks musty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It looks like he's wearing like his dad's jacket.
Yeah, exactly. Which an oversized suit jacket can be dope, but that just
Yeah.
no.
That's where I think a lot this whole trend of the oversized or the baggy look is there's no gray area. It's either a
Right.
hit or a miss. You know?
Yeah.
And unfortunately, like when you're trying this on, and I know I think he has a deal with Prada, so he might have to wear some of this stuff.
Yeah.
But you can always work your way into
Prada's
like,
amazing.
Like if you look in
You
the
can
mirror
just
and
pick
it's not
something
working,
else.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, old Prada, like 3 years ago, I think Prada started going downhill.
100%.
This last
I
Paris
love
week.
Raf at Prada. I do.
Yeah.
Hunter Schafer and Raf at Prada specifically.
So
So
good.
lovely. Yeah.
True.
Okay, this guy I'm such a fan of.
I know Coleman Domingo. So we've kind of talked about Coleman Domingo every time he hits the carpet, just because I think
He's
Wayman and Micah
so
are style him,
Incredible.
and they just do an amazing job. He can
Yeah.
pull off anything.
Like, what the hell is this?
I
But
know.
he looks incredible in
So
it.
so it's a almost like a Merlot
Yeah.
jacket and vest, almost like a 3-piece suit kind of thing. But the pants are it's like a
Jorts.
a denim short, yeah,
Yeah.
with
They're
socks
kind
and
of
boots.
like
Yeah.
cut off gauchos.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So so this
Totally.
is for the Louis Vuitton runway show that just hit Paris this past week, and obviously done by Pharrell. So this is obviously a little bit more runway, so you can take those risks and do this kind of
Right.
thing. And he's got the bag on across the. I think this is so sick.
It's incredible.
Yeah, I think it's beautiful. I wouldn't change a
Yeah.
thing on it. The jewelry is great. He's got a little bit of a tank showing at the top.
Yeah.
I love the I love the detailing of the suit. I'm curious to see if this is like a full suit later on, to where it's like a Merlot with the turquoise buttons. I think it's awesome.
That would also be
Yeah,
incredible. Or shorts in that same fabric and
Yeah.
color would be amazing.
This would be even if like you style this for an editorial, a T-shirt with those shorts and something. It could be really
Absolutely.
awesome.
The color blocking is perfect.
Yeah.
The red with the tan, with the red, the blue, the black, and the tan. It's like it flows so beautifully.
The thing I'm most shocked I like is those black socks. I
Yeah.
should not like that. I shouldn't.
I know that's what
but
I was, that was the
do.
first thing I was thinking.
Yeah.
And if you would have gone any other color, it would be funky. But
Yeah.
I like the fact that they're dark like that.
Totally.
And I wonder if it was a happy accident with the tan bag.
Seems
strap.
necessary for balance.
Yeah,
Yeah,
right.
totally.
And with
Yeah.
the tan boots. Yeah, I think it's great.
Yeah.
Well done. Well done. Go
Let's
ahead.
Really
hit one
well
more
done.
look.
One more look. Okay. We have a couple. Oh, actually, okay. Since you do women's wear,
Yeah.
I decided to bring in Miss
Oh,
Sabrina
okay. I was
Carpenter.
really happy when I saw
I
this look. I
know.
saw her seated at
Wow.
the runway, and she just looked so lovely here. She's
So
really
good.
killing it.
She is, and so
Yeah.
this is like almost looks like it's like a blazer dress on a woman, obviously.
Yeah.
With tie, shirt, all done up. With the bag, I think it's
It's
beautifully
perfection.
balanced, yeah.
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 It's It's giving angelic.
She gives angelic.
What's
Yeah.
what's
It's
the
easy.
when you're on a plane, a stewardess?
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, I could see.
Well, I was
that.
gonna say
I'd get
almost like
snacks from
more
her.
power and
I
boss
understand.
than that.
I would
Right.
say almost like if a guy
Stewardess
was
are
wearing this,
serving
they'd be
her.
like a valet, you know.
More power.
But so sick, and especially like the cut of this jacket. It's a huge lapel, but I think she pulled this off really well. Sometimes
Yeah.
the men's wear better than the men do.
That's
honestly.
the truth.
I think they
Honestly.
always wear men's
Yeah.
wear better.
Yeah.
So speaking of this, you don't have to give a straight answer.
Sure.
Easier to work with men or women?
Ooh.
Easier in what regard?
I would. Well, isn't your day different? Like when you work with a woman, you're starting earlier. It's a longer day, right?
Okay, it's definitely easier to work with men in terms of collecting options, knowing that you're going to have what they want, because it's a tighter edit. There's not that much variety the way there are for options for women. Like it is expanding, of course. Men are becoming more fashion forward and creative in their choices, but for women you just don't know what way she'll want to go. Even if there's a brief, you have to be prepared for anything. And
Who's giving the brief? The publicity or her or like
her publicist, it
Yeah.
just depends. Yeah. And then I will absolutely put this on society and not the woman by any means, but I will say that because of that machine, women tend to be a little less certain overall in terms of, like, the publicist will have more of a say. There will be more back and forth, whereas men tend to be more like, this is it. the publicist will be more hands off.
Yeah.
Sometimes I think that's an issue of the industry too.
100%.
Like, why do you always have to have opinions about women and not always about men? That's a whole other conversation. But
love that.
I think that the entire machine will sometimes add to that insecurity, and I don't appreciate that. Like, just let her wear what she wants.
Well said. Yeah. There's so many different, like, cooks in the kitchen, like, voices.
Yeah,
when it comes to
exactly.
the women's wear, yeah.
There are, of course, things to pay attention to. Brand relationships, which brand's going to give you the best opportunity. That as well. But, like, at the end of the day, let her be confident and comfortable. And I don't always know if that's true. I've had some experiences that have really rattled me in that way.
Okay.
Yeah.
Love that.
Yeah.
As Charlie XCX once said, "Girl, it's so confusing being a girl."
Is there a vintage piece that you have that you love, or that you're looking for, that you like, it's your holy grail that you need in your life?
My favorite vintage piece is actually a Sonic Youth band T-shirt.
No
way.
way.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
What year? What tour?
Yeah,
This
you have
is
it. You have
from
it.
Goo.
You have it.
Yeah,
Okay.
I do. And it's like we stole my boyfriend's car, killed our parents, and hit the road
Yeah,
or
this
something
sounds
like
familiar.
that. Yeah, is what it says. And I'm just such a fan of Kim Gordon. I love her so much. I love that band so much. And so that one I really, really wanted, and I was excited when I found it. And I'm very careful with it.
That's
Do you-
dope.
is it one of those where, like, you wear it very rarely, or you wear it all the
No,
time?
I wear it a lot because I love it so much. I just have to be protective
Mhm.
of it.
Good.
That's
I love it.
all. Yeah.
Good old band tees. Band tees are
Yeah, for
and,
sure.
and like merch. Like, if you're out there, like, and going to a concert, don't be scared to go get merch for bands. I think that's what helps support them as well.
Absolutely.
So go get your merch at the band's
It's
shelf.
very
It
important.
could
for them.
become valuable in
You
70
never- I know,
years.
yeah.
Yeah, like I got a Grateful Dead sweatshirt at a show I went to of theirs recently. They're so
the Sphere?
insane
Did you go to the Sphere?
live. Oh, don't put that. I don't even
Okay,
remember
no.
where it was. So, yeah.
Okay, and then do you have that one look that you put on one of your clients that you think is your best work?
One look that I put on a client that I think is my best work. Oh man,
I know it's tough.
that is really tough. Do
Yeah, it's
you
also hard
have
doing it
one
without a
that you
visual.
think is your best work?
Oh man. That's kind of putting me on the
Anytime he
spot.
dresses me,
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, this shirt right here. I don't know if I do, man.
Isn't that tricky?
That is tough.
Yeah.
I mean, if we had time to go through like a full five looks.
Yeah,
equally,
exactly.
well, next episode I
Yeah.
think we'll be focusing on that.
Yeah, I think that's more of a conversation.
How about this? If it comes to your like when you drive, wherever you're going
Yeah.
today, if something comes into your head, send it to us and then we'll put it up.
Record a
Okay.
selfie video explaining the entire thing.
In the process.
Does that insert?
Okay, so here's what I did.
Perfect. We need to have you back. The time
Yeah.
was not enough. We have so much more we got to talk about. So
This
if
was
you want to
fun,
be
for
a
sure.
regular guest on our show, and you can even have like Amanda, like we should have Amanda.
Yeah,
do the whole
totally.
thing.
That would be so great to be on this together.
yeah.
Definitely.
Thank you so much.
Yeah,
Thank you, Luca.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go check out Luca's work. And then do
Plug.
you have anything that you like is coming up that you're excited about that's coming out, or that you're working on what's coming out?
State your handles.
Like this will come out in the coming weeks. But yeah. But yeah, feel free to say whatever you want to like.
We always have so much stuff coming out and coming up. I wouldn't know where to start. I'm excited about all of it, honestly,
Good.
equally. Yeah,
Good.
everything.
Yeah, I think it's one of those where like if we're busy, we're excited about being busy.
Exactly. Yeah, for sure. And also just, with this new relationship with Amanda, all of the new clients I'm meeting, their teams, ones I haven't worked with before, it's all very exciting and fresh and new.
love
So,
it.
yeah, I'm just excited for this next chapter as a whole. Yeah.
Awesome. We're excited for you.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. Thank you, Luca.
Yeah.
All right, that was Manly Things.
Sort of.